We are on the morning break in the live questioning of the undercover police officer. Of Maya, the woman who was deceived into a relationship by the undercover police officer Robert Hastings. It has been incredibly fucking brutal. I am joined off screen by Lindsay from Police Spies Out of Lives.
Hello.
We always say this is the worst. This undercover officer is the worst one.
We do.
Like you just turned to me when we got to the break and went a new low.
Yeah, absolutely a new low. Honestly, it's just I cannot wait to see him next week. See his face. See how he is. See how he manages this question. And because I hope it's David Barr who's going to question him, and I hope they go hard on him because this is a coercive control.
Yeah,
absolutely. Blatantly, clearly coercive control.
It is horrific.
It's horrendous. Horrific. I mean, love, Maya's brilliant.
Yes.
And she's very eloquent.
Yes.
She's incredibly strong.
Yes.
And every time I've heard her talk about her story, which she hasn't talked about a lot actually, but she is strong and she's incredibly intelligent, and that comes across, and she's eloquent. It's hard listening to it. It's really hard to say, and you know it's so hard for her. To be recounting this in such a public forum.
Just not to go into that much detail. If you want another detail, please listen to the audio broadcast. It is audio only, but it is all the hallmarks. Within moments of them sleeping with each other, he's accusing her of things,
absolutely,
and acting like she's done something wrong by not completely giving herself to him.
So giving her attention at first, and kind of love bombing her, with words and action. Like he's almost like, oh, you're so amazing, and I've never met anyone like you type of thing, making her feel so special, but then immediately in subtle ways bringing it down, and so you get those mixed messages, don't you, of, oh, someone really cares about me, and then they're starting to chip away at your personality and what you do and what you say and what you think, and doing things like looking in through and saying, I'm watching you, and looking in through the window, but saying it as if it's being benevolent, like he's kind of looking out for her.
Yeah.
But actually, that is the absolute essence of coercive control.
It really is. I mean, we saw the emails where he leans into like some theological stuff where he likens himself to the Archangel Gabriel watching over her, and who will care for Gabriel's tears. You're just classic grooming techniques of binding the person to something higher than them. It couldn't be more textbook. It is just so fucking gross.
Absolutely. And I really, really hope he suffers for this in some way, because this is like verging on criminal. You know what I mean? This is criminal.
This should be criminal. There's no two ways about it.
And I was trying to look up his coercive control criminal. I don't actually think it's a criminal offence, but fuck, it should be, because this is just horrendous stuff. And and she was young and
very vulnerable. She'd been homeless. She'd just moved into this
community with a group of people she didn't know that well, and so he just absolutely saw her as a target. You can see, she must have stood out a mile as the perfect person to target. And she's an amazing person. She really is an amazing person. I mean, he is one lucky fucker that she even glanced in his direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's such a, it reminds me a little of the way that James Thompson targeted Sarah with his deployment, where it's like, someone who's in a vulnerable situation, just come out of being homeless, much younger than him, and like kind of, lavishing attention on them, and then essentially just using them for sex.
Absolutely.
And absolutely messing with her head. She talked about days of crying, about how that he would text her at like 1 a.m, saying he was outside the window, which she thought was spontaneous and romantic at the time, because she was so vulnerable, essentially.
But that behaviour, it's not long before then you feel used, you know what I mean? And you actually feel it and you know it, So, So he's kind of doing these things to try to sort of make her believe this is all positive, but actually really undermining her in every single way, her confidence, her intelligence, undermining the people around her, like the things he's saying about the people around her, calling, like really slagging off people around her and humiliating language, and
very disparaging physical comments about women.
Absolutely,
like telling her that he didn't fancy white women. I mean, it's obvious that
that's a very subtle way of putting it from the text that we've just seen. You know, the things he was saying about people, you know, and people she knew, like they're directly slagging off people that she knew and who'd been really kind of good to her and sort of befriended her, and he's kind of trying to undermine everyone around her. And yeah, I mean, oh, he's disgusting. He's disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting. I mean, Maya was not an activist. She attended a couple of fundraisers that her friend was putting on, Rage Against the Occupation, part of the International Solidarity Movement. There's one report on her, the first time they met, is even at this time when he's making all these sexual overtures towards her, he's still reporting on her as an undercover police officer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, he's kind of, she's a creative, you know, she's quite a creative person and so he's kind of like encroaching on her creativity and stuff like that as well. And yeah, I mean, I can't find I really am struggling to find words to just tell you how bad this is to hear. It's awful.
It's fucking awful. It is really, it is disturbing to listen to. I can't even begin to think how disturbing it was to have had to experience. Maximum love and solidarity with Maya. She's doing an incredible job, as you said. She is incredibly intelligent woman. We knew that anyway. She's incredibly articulate and erudite, and you know she's coming across incredibly well. But I mean, she got upset a couple of times. One time particularly, it was really hard to listen to. It's going to be a really difficult day. I mean, we've got one comment from someone saying that he's deliberately using brainwashing skills. I mean, absolutely. This isn't just like him being emotional or whatever. This was him, you know, calculatingly
it's like
doing
torture.
this.
It's like he's getting some perverse sort of pleasure out of this kind of torture that he's inflicting on Maya. I mean, you know, maybe he was just intimidated by it because she was, you know, she is creative, she's intelligent, she's eloquent, you know, and she is an activist in her own, you know. She is an activist, actually, the things she does.
I mean, so maybe less so at that time.
Possibly, But doing everything he can to bring her down and you know, kind of.
It's only a short break. We should head back in. There's a lot more to come. We'll be doing more of these videos during the breaks. Thanks for joining us. It is really difficult listening. I totally understand if you don't want to tune in, but if you are able to, please do. You can find the link in the description.